So here we are at Beauty Triq Salon and Makeup Bar in Austin, Texas. Say hi to Jennifer. So right now I have this part here, so I don't know if you have to put it in the middle or leave it like that.
That's a good question, because you said sometimes. So let's just say most of the time, do you see yourself putting it here?
90% of the time, I have it in this side.
Then I think we should go that way. 90%, that's a big number.
Yes.
You know, and then like there's one day you're like, oh, I really feel like I want to change it. Then just take the time to style it right, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It's better this way.
Yeah.
And in the back is where I also want to.
Do you want like those? You know, this is really cute, and I like what you have here, and I'll trim them a little bit. I don't think you need to go much shorter. Do you want to carry this kind of length all the way around?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And my back, it's always flat. I don't know if my head is flat.
Yeah. Well, your bone structure. Yeah, your bone structure. But I mean, no, you have your occipital here. Seems pretty normal. Doesn't like, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, yeah, head shape has a lot to do with it too.
Seen that it depends on your porosity, on your hair porosity, to see which products
Work
better for you.
Yeah.
How do you know the porosity of your hair?
Well, I actually have a little picture, and it's the information, you know, it's a lot of information out there, but you can take like really clean hair, maybe after you clarify your hair, take a strand of hair and put it in a glass of water. Okay. And when your hair, the couple strands, you know, porosity is the
should I cut it or do I have to from roots?
I don't know, maybe just see if there's a loose hair that just comes out.
Okay, so it doesn't matter which one?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. Just make sure it's really clean after you clarify.
Okay.
It's super clean. But you know, the porosity is the ability of your hair to hold moisture, right? And so you have low, medium, or high. And so if you put it in a glass of water and you drop the hair in there, and I think you have to wait for the hair to try to absorb the water. And if it drops to the very bottom, it just sucked in a ton of water. So it's high porosity. And so it sinks to the bottom. If you see it floating in the middle, it's kind of like a normal to low, or low sits at the top and it's not able to get it in.
Okay, so what do you do with the different type of porosity? Like if you have a low porosity, you use creams or you use
If you have low
gels?
porosity, you want moisture too, but you're going to want to use lighter moisturizers, because it can get weighed down because it's not penetrating the hair. It's not going into the hair as easily as someone with normal to high. Kind of just sits on top. It doesn't go into the hair.
Okay.
So lighter moisturizers, nothing heavy like Decadence or something like that.
Okay.
Just a lighter moisturizer.
Okay.
And then maybe using heat or something like that to really, I mean, you have the shower, the hot water, that helps open the cuticle if it's low porosity.
So it can grab more.
And really work it in there so it can grab the moisture because it needs it. And then normal, you can kind of go with a light to medium conditioner, like one condition, something like that.
Right.
You know, it's a really optimum to have hair like that. And it's usually hair that hasn't been highlighted or colored or anything. So you highlight color, you get that. I mean, I do. I have higher porosity.
Okay.
And so if you go higher porosity, if it's more on the higher side, you need more moisture, so you want to deep condition more often and use creams.
Okay.
You know, so like when you style, you like use a leave-in,
right?
Which you should always do.
Yeah,
I
always do. But then some creams weigh down my hair and like there are no curls. But some other creams are amazing.
Yeah, and they're all different, right?
Yeah.
And I generally think with creams, they're moisturizing. I love them. Generally speaking, I think you just want to use a little bit from most creams, and just use water to really penetrate. Use water and a little bit of cream to create that moisture.
Okay.
When you use that water, you squish it through,
Right.
and it pushes it off.
Okay.
But too much cream can weigh it down.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen it.
You know, the higher the porosity, more moisture. You know, or at least more deep conditioning. At least,
Okay.
you know. And the more moisturized and more hydrated, the less frizz. But sometimes, you know, it's kind of crazy. I mean, with weather, humidity,
Yes.
winter, summer, you know, you got to change your products with that. Maybe in the winter, maybe use a little bit more cream, a little less maybe in the summertime.
Okay.
You know, but I'm actually going to a seminar starting tomorrow. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So stay tuned for more information from me.
Yeah.
Because you know, as a stylist in this industry, the curly hair industry is changing so quickly, and people are embracing, and it's very exciting.
Right. Yeah. I since I got here, I started seeing more and more information, more people showing stuff, a lot of more products.
We deserve it, but at the same time, it's overwhelming, even for so many of us. And so I know what I know. But yeah, this 3-day conference, it's very small and it's all about curly hair. You know, I'm very passionate about curly hair, and I want to, make it simplified, not overwhelming, and understand the differences. And I know a lot, but you look at the back of a bottle and there's, 100 ingredients.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what am I looking for?
What am I? Yeah. Sometimes a manufacturer might, say, oh, we're not supposed to have any sulfates. Okay, that's good. It strips the hair, but there might be another term they're using instead of the sulfate. It's a trick.
Okay.
Not necessarily always, but
But they can.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to learn in this industry constantly. It's changing all the time.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like the curly girls that they know so much about products.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know anything about that.
But huge factors, like you said, hard water. I mean, it wreaks havoc on everybody's hair, curly or straight. That is what it is. So you should clarify. That's a fact.
Okay.
Always had curly hair?
Yeah.
I asked because I didn't. I had straight hair till I was about 12.
I've seen so many cases like that.
Yes, and I think it's hormones. Our hair can change, baby or not baby. I didn't have a baby at 12.
Right.
But and it started to grow out wavy, and it's gotten curlier and curlier over the years. It's possible that you have, different porosities on your hair, right? Because you've got highlighted ends and maybe not highlighted up here, maybe down towards the end, so a little higher porosity.
Right, yeah.
Than what you have here.
So what's the difference between these cuts, like cutting it dry and cutting it like a regular haircut?
Well, a regular haircut, which you've experienced, it's wet and you comb everything to a straight, flat plane. Mm-hmm. And doesn't mean that's a bad thing, but for me, a dry cut, which is what I'm doing, is helps compensate for different textures in the hair. Okay. It's super curly, loose, whatever, different textures, different curl patterns. And if you did all those curl patterns on a straight plane and you cut it straight across, or even your layers straight pulled out, and then it dries, it's not going to dry the same.
Okay.
You're going to have some a little longer, some a little shorter.
Right, depending on.
So when you cut it where it lives.
Okay. So right now you're cutting just the ends, and then you start shaping it?
I'm shaping it now through layering.
Okay.
Yes. And just the end, like when I pick up a section, I take very small ones. It really gives a good cut.
Okay.
Opposed to huge ones. At least that's what works for me. You know, yeah, elevate your hair, and maybe you would see like a traditional haircut where they elevate the hair. You know, they do. But for me, I don't have a lot of tension on it, right? So that helps me, like I'm loosely holding it.
Okay.
I'm loosely, you see, just loosely. And so I cut it, and I can see where I need to cut it. And you know, when you do that, there might be a longer one that's a little longer, one that's a little shorter, but you still want them all to connect. But if you don't pull it tight, it kind of goes where it lives.
So creams are heavier than gels? Or not necessarily?
They're just a different kind of product. I mean, gels generally help give hold, help with humidity, and help with definition.
Okay.
Cream can help with definition, but its whole purpose is to give you moisture.
Oh, okay.
No, cream is moisture. Think moisture.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of definition, but a very soft definition.
So the gel will be stronger hold.
Yeah.
Okay. A possibility that I'm overdoing it, like I'm putting too much masks. Would it harm the hair? Or not really?
Well,
like it wouldn't do anything?
You know, it's believed to be that if a mask is more moisture focused versus protein focused, you can't really overdo it with the moisture focused one, which is that one's moisture, I believe.
Okay.
You can't overdo that. Maybe you can overdo it and then it weighs it down. But the protein ones, like deep sea repair, they have one.
I read that one only for 20 minutes.
Yes, exactly. And that's protein because it gives your hair strength.
Okay.
But you can overdo that. And it can cause breakage to your curls.
Oh, really?
If you overdo it. Don't be afraid of it. Just don't do it. You don't leave it on your hair overnight, or don't leave it on, don't use it as a styler. Gonna, wash your hair first. I'm gonna use the original no poo in one condition. You want to use warm water to cleanse your hair. Put the conditioner on and then rinse with cool water. Do you do that?
Okay. No.
You should.
Not always.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. But you should. And it helps it lay flatter and lock in the moisture. Okay? And so therefore your hair is less frizzy, more shiny, more moisturized, and it's just natural. And it doesn't have to be ice cold, but it's also good for your skin too. So, cooler water. And with these products, water is your best friend. So I just put some on there, and I'm going to add a little water so it moves, the rest of it down your hair shaft there. I kind of just put the conditioner on your mid-lengths and ends, and I squeeze it through. Water's your friend, just to squish it through. Have you heard of that squish to condish?
Yes.
Yeah, so funny. But it makes sense, It's pretty cute.
So do you remove the conditioner or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And sometimes people like to rinse most of it out and leave a little bit in there.
Right.
And then detangle,
Yes.
Or rinse it all out and work just a little bit in there. I'm probably going to take the time to rinse it all out and then put a little conditioner back in. Okay. And I'm going to do a cooler water rinse now.
Okay.
And it's all about section, so I'm going to take your hair here and put some of that down there. Okay, and I'm just going to clip it up and detangle and work my way from the bottom up.
Okay.
A little bit of leave-in, and when I say a little bit, I mean just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Okay, on this section. And then maybe 2 more for the rest of your head.
Okay, that's the conditioner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the one condition, the original.
Right.
And I'm just going to do it, there's a lot of water in here. Just squish it in, like squish to condish, just on your mid-lengths and ends. The moisture is in there, okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to go in and just use my fingers. And
to
detangle and create little silky ribbons.
Okay.
So I'm going to work on that for a while. know, just at the root area.
In the roots.
Yeah, because that's where you want the volume.
Okay.
I mean, of course, you want volume everywhere, so
Right.
you could go everywhere with it. I mean, the volumizing foam, you can use at your root, but you know, that's where you're like, gosh, I want volume, like every other curly girl.
Right.
So, believe in creams, leave-ins, don't put it at the root. You know,
Okay.
just your mid-lengths to ends. The gel you can, but you know, that'll
But not
just weigh
creams.
down. No. I'm just going to scrunch this in so the believe-in and everything kind of gets it.
Okay.
And then we'll follow the gel. Cream's not a lot, leave-in's not a lot, but your gel, you can, in my opinion, you can go heavy with that.
Okay. It wouldn't weigh down my hair?
No.
Okay.
It'll just give really good definition. It will help with frizz. It won't weigh it down.
Okay.
Yeah, and your hair's really wet, but to me,
Super wet, yeah.
yeah, and I know, and that's why I tell everybody to do everything in the shower, but
Yeah.
you know, and then it won't be that wet for long. And then I just use the t-shirt we have.
So when you're doing that, you're not removing product?
No, you're just squeezing out the water.
Okay, so the product
Maybe a
stays.
little bit of water comes on. I mean, a little bit of product comes on.
But not
no,
completely?
No,
Okay.
no way. My little clippies, because we will use them, and I'll show you what I showed you earlier. And you know, you see you have this curl grouping here.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's just naturally that way.
Uh-huh.
So you could kind of just, you know, elevate in a clump. And like I said, don't lift
Don't
it
open it
yeah,
too
not
much.
a lot, and just kind of stick her in there, just like so.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you underneath here, maybe for about 8 minutes or so, and then I'll
Okay.
finish drying it. This kind of mimics like a big diffuser. You know?
Okay. So that will dry the scalp part?
Yes, exactly. And if you were just gonna let it air dry, or if you just take a diffuser over the top.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, I'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
In a downward fashion. And then once it's most of the way dry, I'll scrunch up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay?